In 1895, the British colonial administration established the Labour Department and the Labour Administration. The administration was established as placement centers since there was a demand for labour without supply. This is where job seekers would register and employers would easily access workers from different sectors. Later on, the Labour Department under the Kenyan government came up with a different mandate and mission.
The main vision is to ensure that you have social justice in the workplace. Social justice, as explained in the Decent Work Agenda, which ensures that you have rights in the workplace, you have employment creation, you have social protection, and to some extent what we call tripartism and social dialogue and exchange of information, which is very key when you are looking at issues of common interest, and particularly those issues which touch on economic and social policy. The mandate of the Department of Labour includes one, formulation and shaping and implementation of labour laws and policies.
It is also responsible for promoting country compliance with international labour standards, and it is also responsible for promotion of fair labour practices at the workplace.
We ensure that we settle labour disputes which occur as labour and capital interacts. In addition to settlement of labour disputes, the Department of Labour goes out also to carry out inspections in the workplaces to ensure that employers and workers comply with the laws so that you can minimize the conflicts.
The department is also responsible for operationalizing the tripartite mechanism in handling labor issues through a tripartite dialogue process which involves consultation between workers, employers, and government representatives, hence creating industrial harmony.
When you talk about labor relations, it involves two, employers and workers, but there's always a third party, that is government, because the two cannot succeed to protect their interest or secure their interest if they do not have the support of government. So hence we have the tripartite relationship, but we also have social dialogue. And where social dialogue means constant consultation, discussion between employers and workers, but also with government.
The department also ensures that there is attestation for the Kenyans who go to seek for jobs outside the national boundaries and signing of bilateral agreements with other countries.
In brief, maybe those people we have seen come here, they have acquired work outside the country. Their employer does not by any way reside in Kenya. So it's like either you're doing it on your own, or you're doing it with an employment agent. And as the law is very clear, it says that if you have gotten a contract with an employer who does not reside in Kenya, you must satisfy by filling what you call form of foreign contract of service. The essence of attesting is to protect this employer. It's not going to slavery, and the terms and conditions befits what that other country is applying. And we also make sure that every employer who is employing people outside Kenya provide a bond of 60,000 Kenya shillings. This is a binding document. In case that person is stranded, we'll follow you up. Maybe the government of Kenya will bring this person back, but we'll follow you up to meet all the cost of repatriating or bringing this person back.
The Labour Department boasts of different success stories that bring about harmony between workers and employers.
One success story about the department, which is not easily visible, is the maintenance of what we call industrial peace. The industrial harmony you are witnessing in this country is as a result of the efforts of this department. Number two, you will have noticed that lately the Department of Labour went out and actually convinced Cabinet to ensure that we set out Labour attaché offices in the Middle East. We have 3 offices, one in the United Arab Emirates in Dubai, we have an office in Qatar, and we have another office in Saudi Arabia.
This is a success story in that we are able to assist Kenyans who have been able to secure jobs outside the country, but to see that whenever they run into any difficulties, they are able to immediately seek the assistance of the attachés who, together with the mission, will be able to mediate on those issues between their employers outside the country, in their respective countries, and between themselves.
The other successful story, I would say, yeah, we've been able to lately recruit 25 fresh graduates into the department. The last time we did recruitment in this ministry was way back in 1994. In 2017, we worked very hard and convinced the Public Service Commission. We are still working on that again. We want to get another batch of about 30 to 50 fresh graduates. We have also been signing a lot of agreements, bilateral agreements. When it comes to the Employment Act, of course, we ensure that men, women have got all equal opportunities to employment and treatment.
Under Section 6, a very important provision in the Employment Act that deals with sexual harassment. And as you know, we're not saying that men cannot be harassed, but both men and women are susceptible to sexual harassment.
We ensure that there is no discrimination, there's equal treatment of all in the world of work.
The ministry has also played a part in assisting people with disability, issues of gender and child labor.
The law envisages a situation whereby when it comes to recruitment or treatment of workers, regardless of their status and forms of disability, they are well treated.
Protection of persons with disability is one area that also the department looks into. And just as we handle the issues of gender in terms of collecting data, in terms of providing advisory to employers and workers. And the law provides that women are entitled to 3 months maternity leave. To penalize women because of maternity is a very unfair thing for anyone to do. And our law protects the right to maternity, and women should not be discriminated based on that.
The Ministry of Labour, or the State Department of Labour, in collaboration with other development partners like the ILO, IOM and others, we work out programs under what we call the Decent Work Country programs. The idea is to sensitize employers, workers and the general public about the challenges of child labor, which of course can impact negatively in future. We also have some programs which seek to capacity build the families from which these children who work come from, and above all, awareness campaigns or generally sensitization on the challenges of child labor, and also telling employers that they should also participate in what we call corporate social responsibility, where you have child labor so that they can contribute in terms of infrastructure, schools, hospitals, and many other things that go with the corporate social responsibility.
Child labor is exploitative. And in this area, the government has enacted laws to protect children from exploitation, which is child labor. So we have the Employment Act and we have the Children's Act. And we have the department in handling issues of child labor works in consultation with the Children's Department, but also Ministry of Education and the courts and the police. So employers who have been found to employ children have been prosecuted. At the same time, the department has conducted public awareness raising programs from time to time, and I think you've run some of them in the media. There's a lot of information, educational materials on this particular area.
It is with no doubt that the Ministry of Labour plays a major role to economic and social development of Kenya.
The department and the ministry dealing with labor issues is a very important ministry, and a ministry that really is at the key of human development. And whatever developments that people aspire to have, if the issues of labor are not catered for, then you find it not difficult to make progress in terms of economic progress and development of a country.
The idea of industrial peace or industrial harmony is key. It is key to economic and social development. In fact, it can serve as a tool to deal with very many conflicts that work in the workplace. If you have social dialogue and parties are able to sit, negotiate and get agreements, we'll be able to have industrial peace, which is essential for the achievement of the Big Four agenda of the government.